My name is Mohammed Arif. Today I'm going to show you how to create pivot in Microsoft Excel to do some pretty amazing analysis. Let us jump into it. To run our pivot exercise, I have already gathered some data here. I'm pretending that I am a trader selling body products in different countries. I have a bunch of sales reps working for me. The data that I have got looks organized at the first look, but in fact it's still a very raw data. This is a 2 years month-wise sales data. If I want to see my sales by month, by year, by country, or by sales rep, this report does not answer these questions without doing some further processing of this data. Here comes my magician friend Pivot, very handy, which can create amazing reports and analysis for me in a matter of seconds. Let us now try to create some amazing reports and analysis using this data. The first thing that I'm going to do is select this entire data. The next thing that I'm going to do is go up to the top bar, click on Insert, click on Pivot Table. It gives me two options, whether I want to use data from this table or this range, or whether I want to use data from some external source. So of course I'm going to use data from this table or range, so my preference is the first option. This opens this box for me, which shows me the data range that I selected, and it is giving me two options here, whether I want to create my reports in the new worksheet or I want to use the existing worksheet. So I'm going to retain the first option, which is creating my reports in the new worksheet. This is the main view of my pivot. Let us walk through these boxes. The top box on the far right of my screen shows items from the data we selected. The other four boxes at the bottom are where all the magic is going to happen. You can drop items from the top box into these four boxes to create reports in whatever format you want. The column box is for any item that you want to show horizontally on your report. The rows box is for any item that you want to show vertically on your report. In the values box, you can drop values such as sales values, as in our example. Let us now try to create our first report. I want to see my sales by year. I want to show years in vertical format. I will drop year in the rows box and dollar value of sales in values box. This is how my report looks like. I can easily present my sales in a different view if I want to see my monthly sales as well. If I drop month in column box, this is how my report will look like. This is magic, isn't it? Let us now create another report. I want to see which product was sold in which country or geography in a summary form. I want to see products in vertical format and country in horizontal format. Within a second, I have this lovely report. Before we move further, I want to show you a couple of pivot features here. Pivot provides us a drill down facility. You can click on any number in the pivot and it will show all the background data in a different sheet. You can retain this sheet if you like or delete it. Similarly, if this box disappears, you can bring it back by clicking anywhere on your report. Let us now look at some other features of pivot. These boxes on the right are actually called pivot table fields. These will disappear if you click anywhere outside the pivot report. Or you can keep cursor anywhere in the pivot report and then right click. You can then select Hide Field List. You can bring this back by clicking anywhere within Pivot Report. Let us bring up the dialog box by right-clicking on the Pivot Report. It has an option here called Value Field Settings. You can do some magic here as well. For example, instead of showing dollar values of the sales, we want to see a count of those numbers. Let us select count and see how report looks like. Fantastic. Within no time, we found count of our sales. Let us now look at some other magical parts of Pivot. Now I want to see sales made by each sales rep by product and by country. I will drop sales rep field in rows box next to product. Beautiful. I can now see body cream was sold by Peter and Stuart in UK and Finland respectively. Now instead of showing sales rep name underneath the product name, I want to show it in a tabular form next to product column. I will keep my cursor in the first field in the pivot table, which is body cream or field A5. I will then open this dialog box by right-clicking. Select Field Settings. It has a tab here called Layout and Print. Underneath, it has an option of Show Item Labels in Tabular Form. Select this and then click on OK. Look at column B now, how it looks like. You will now see a subtotal for each product. If you like, you can keep it as it is, or you can remove these subtotals by going back to the dialog box by right-clicking. Select Field Settings. Instead of Automatic, click on None and subtotals will disappear from the Pivot Report. This brings us to the end of this video. I will cover more advanced features of Pivot in my future videos. Thank you for watching.